So. Hallo, hallo, hallo. My voice is a bit broken today. But anyway, hi. I just want to point out, Twitch has put a banner big and large across my chat, in which it asks me to subscribe to myself. I wish I was kidding. There's a huge banner taking up, like, I don't know, 7 lines of chat or something, where the entire content is. Sub to yourself. Well, thank you, Twitch. Anyway, hi everyone. Let me just start. I press continue game. I probably don't have access to the... Do I have access? Yeah, I don't have access to the door. Would have been too much to ask for that the 1-up checkpoints stay. So I guess I just load the save state and have the door instead. But that's really a bit annoying. Oh well. Okay, so where was I? Somehow I was... well, 2 exits deep into the hack. Which means that I am missing 2 exits. And I mean, I also know which 2 exits those are. So let's just do those. Hello, Magic Key. Enjoy nothing. And also hi, Red777. And hi, Biop. Thanks for the raid. You love Barrage. Actually, is that what even pronounced Barrage? I'm always confused about that word. Is it Barrage? What does a dictionary say? So I guess it is Barrage. Well, the dictionary I just consulted was very confusing. It confused me because it didn't use IPA notation, it just used some made-up nonsense notation. It confused me a lot. Why can't dictionaries just give me IPA notation and I can just read that? Anyway. So yeah, my voice is still broken. I mean, my voice is broken. Still as broken as 5 minutes ago. I don't think that's going to change over the course of the stream. It's probably only going to get worse. But, yeah. That's not going to stop me from playing a glitch puzzle, because I make good life decisions. Great. No, but seriously, I mean, somehow... sounds like one of the life decisions of all time. Yeah, I mean, it might be, I don't know. I think it's going to be fine. probably just not going to talk as much today then. But I kind of do want to finish this. Because there are now 2 exits left, right? This exit that's left. This one right here. And, well, I'm going around the one up. Because that's the keyhole exit. Because somehow you need to get a keyhole from this key. I mean, not from the key. You need to get a keyhole and then put the key in. This key. I think that's the unique key in the level. So, yeah. Although I'm technically looking at the wrong room. I should be looking at this room instead. It doesn't have any difference with the other room except for this door, I believe, but this door is a thing. But yeah. So, let's see where this is going. Also, I don't understand what's up with this feather here. This feather really confuses me. Like, somehow it's just there. But why is it there? Also, let me go in the level because somehow the music in the level is kind of more exciting than title screen music. There we go. The good music. So, back to Lunar Magic. Okay, so somehow the point is, I want to collect this gold tape. And I believe, I mean, somehow the strategy that seems most plausible during all of this, to do any of this, is like spawn 2 Yoshis, put a sprite slot on an invisible Yoshi's tongue, empty that sprite slot, make one of the Yoshis run off, let the other one become visible, with a turn block bridge on its tongue, while Mario's holding a shell. The end result is that the Yoshi will contract his tongue, the turn block bridge will be on his tongue, the shell will knock off Yoshi 1 frame after he warps under Mario, and so the turn block bridge will be roughly wherever Mario is at that point. Like 3 more tiles to the right or something. And so by being here while all of this happens, you can put a turn block bridge here, which you can then use to zip through this wall. Right? Somehow that's the strategy I want to do. Because somehow that's one way you can just get through a wall of this thickness. Other strats seem unreasonable because first of all this gold tab is very far away from this wall. So just item swapping it doesn't work. And clipping through doesn't work because first of all you need to move to the right, which is in principle always harder than moving to the left. And also because no matter where you clip you have to at least go through 2 tiles. And one tile I guess. Here it's only 1 tile, but still somehow going through 1 tile to the right seems a bit hard. If you don't have like any magical thing that gets you through. And the only magical thing around here that seems to get me through is probably a turn block bridge. Now somehow the obvious problem with the strategy is that there's no good way to get rid of Yoshi. Because there's only a single pit in this entire level, which is here, which is notably blocked off by one F0, and also extremely far away from here. Like 4 screens. Which is very far. And so, but I mean this is not a huge issue a priori, right? Because there is a way to make a Yoshi despawn, which is not dropping it in the pit, which is getting it into sprite slot 1, null sprite splitting, and just letting it despawn off screen. Right? Right. Seems reasonable. But somehow this seems to be the only good option in this setting. And so, I want to do that. Because if there's only one reasonable option, you just take that, right? That's how puzzles work. So the question now becomes, how do you first of all get 2 Yoshis? How do you make sure that the one in the lower slot ends up in slot 1? And I guess that's about the issues. Because somehow there's like enough garbage flying around here that you can somehow just get enough resources. I mean, here's already an infinite source of shells. Once you have an infinite source of shells, like, what's really your problem? So let's just see. Technically I have a feather and a flower, so I can just get a lot of Yoshis. But then I have a bunch of invisible Yoshis that I probably don't want. And also I won't have any sprite slot stored on an invisible Yoshi's tongue. So I think I'm just going to activate this Yoshi block now. And just keep this one later, and then duplicate it later. Actually, I need to get a blue P switch. I just realized I need to get a blue P switch. Because otherwise... Huh. Okay, maybe I do need to actually look at Lunar Magic again before I do something. Because somehow just getting this blue P switch somehow doesn't work, right? Like, because it's blocked off by a brown block. And why do you want a P switch? To get rid of brown blocks. Okay, great. I feel like I'm being either stupid or I'm overcomplicating things. Because somehow, I mean, I want to get a blue P switch in order to get rid of these brown blocks, right? Somehow, I want to do that. And there's a blue P switch right here. But getting that blue P switch is annoying. Because... well... because there's this garbage here in the way. And that garbage becomes a lot cleaner when you remove the munchers from it, but that requires getting a grey P switch, and getting a grey P switch requires, well, the stupid item swap I did last time. Which all in all is kind of fine. But is there really no better way? Maybe a better way. Where I first get the Goomba. Then immediately get a Yoshi, but that Yoshi still won't be in slot 1. How did this level used to look? Somehow if I go back to old versions. Because somehow I don't remember this being so much of a problem. But why don't I remember this being so much of a problem? Because some of the things that have changed don't seem to change anything about this. Ah, maybe it's actually fine. Wait a second. Might be just fine. Yeah, I think this is just fine. And there's like actually no issue. You just hit this block. Oh, already starts here. I kind of missed that. Oops. Do I want to block sprites.11? I'm not sure. Let's just do it. It's like a bit of a waste to like immediately... Oh, I need a power up here. Good for me for paying attention. Oops. Good for me for paying attention. Uh... Um... Huh. Uh... Can you do this? Might be possible. Might be possible. Yes, it's possible. Okay. Not sure if it's a good idea to do that, but it's at least a possible thing. And it allows me to press the blue P switch. Remove a bunch of coins. Magic key just writes nice. What am I supposed to do with that information? I guess my interpretation of this should be you are surprised by the fact that this is possible, or you at least didn't know that this is possible, and thus this is somehow like a break in some sense. Or are you telling me I finally found something intended? I don't know. So let me just get rid of a bunch of brown blocks. Put this one here. And so some of the question is... This seems good, actually. So it seems to me that this is good. I just get rid of the Yoshi. And if I now double check, all the sprites, let's go. 6. 2. 2 and 1. Probably not good. I mean, I like the sprite slots, that's not the problem. 2 and 1 are good sprite slots. Just need to make sure that I'm... Actually, it's better to drop the shell here. And do it with the P-switch, because then I can do it like this on the way upwards. Okay, there we go. What is not good is that for some reason I activated this block. Why did I activate this block? Oh, because I was landing on the thing while kept spinning. Not a huge fan with how this is going. I kind of just want to conserve the block. I'm not sure, that might be unneeded, because I think I'm not going to ever need the block again, but you know how it goes. Conserve the blocks. Conserve the blocks, especially if they contain Yoshis. I mean, somehow glitch puzzles are inherently about preserving resources, right? So it feels bad to just activate a Yoshi block if you don't have to. But kind of if you probably should just activate it, because like I don't really see a reason not to do it, but that's for people who already have a working route. Those people can like confidently activate this block now. Good for them. Do I land on the... No, I don't land on the Yoshi, fuck. Can I please land on the Yoshi? No! Okay. Do I hate everything about this? Yes. Will I still do it? Yes. This is atrocious. Why doesn't this work? Are you fucking kidding me? Just let me activate this block. Okay, I'm giving up on this strat. Let's change the strat. Wait, why doesn't this okay, it duplicates. Fuck this. No. 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 I'm 1 frame off. Am I 1 frame off? It's not so clear to me that I'm 1 frame off. Maybe I'm not 1 frame off. I mean, somehow the position of the shell might just be bad, right? But you know how it goes. Okay. Do I just go for the reasonable strat? Okay. Just to demonstrate what happens now. If you now do this, and then this. And then this. You now have a shell in Yoshi's mouth. Okay, so all of that is good, right? So... Oops, that's all I want to do. So we now have slot 3 in Yoshi's mouth. On the invisible Yoshi's tongue. Sorry, this is what I should say. We have slot 3 on the invisible Yoshi's tongue. So the next step is to cancel the invisible Yoshi's tongue, which you cannot do using this shell. So let's get another shell. For example, this shell, which is a totally different shell, I swear. You see, I asked the game and it said, yeah, this is a different shell. Wait, is that even the correct thing? I don't want that, right? No, I don't want that. Why am I canceling the tongue? Wait, why am I canceling the tongue? That's bad, right? Wait, I'm now confused. How does this work again? Canceling the tongue is bad. Let's just try... Let's just sanity check that I'm not doing something completely stupid here. Okay, I cannot hit the double tongue anymore. Okay, so step 1, you double tongue. Step 2, you... Yeah, somehow I don't want to cancel the invisible Yoshi's tongue. That's exactly what I don't want to do. Please don't cancel the invisible Yoshi's tongue. Just don't. Just don't cancel the tongue. Also, sorry for coughing. Must be loud if I do that. Yeah. Tongue not cancelled, by the way, on the save state. Just need to make sure that I... Oh, I should land on the invisible Yoshi. Okay. Perfect. Works. Work exactly as intended. See? Exactly what I want to do. The only thing that's problematic now is that the sprite slots don't line up quite right. So the only thing that I now need to fix is that this turn block bridge should be in slot 3 instead of being in slot 7. And that's an easy fix. You just fix it like this. Like this. You get a Koopa and... Fuck! Fuck! That's everything I have to say. You... You almost do that, basically. The only thing you need to do before that is also empty sprite slot 7. And then this way, you get this turn block bridge in slot 3, and now you're done. Ideally. Still in slot 3, perfect. So you just get the Yoshi there. You just need to make sure that you can burn it this way. Yeah, perfect. You throw the shell up there. And then you scroll over there. And once you've done that, you see a beautiful turn block bridge appears. And there you go, you have your turn block bridge. And then you use that turn block bridge to duplicate, to go not far enough. Okay, but almost. 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 Yes, there we go. Sorry. Sorry. I want to mute myself before I cough, but... Oops. Okay, anyway, thanks for the GGs. That was that exit. That somehow, that used to be the only exit of the hack, right? Like the main intended exit of the hack. Somehow everything else is just the extra stuff. And now we have this. Which is the part where I want to somehow get this key. So somehow, I mean, somehow the thing you have to do now is to... Some more thing you need to do is to now double stun this mushroom. Is double stun even the correct word? Double stun, right? You double stun the 1-up mushroom. double stun, right? You stun once, the... I'm always confused by this one. The stun chain just goes 1-up to Dino Rhino to Keyhole, right? There's no intermediate step. I don't have to actually ask this, I have tables for this, so let me just open my table. I think that's a true statement that I just made. 1-up Dino Rhino Keyhole. Strictly speaking, Dino Rhino Keyhole is a bit of a lie. Dino Rhino goes... Because somehow if you spit out Dino Rhino, it stops being a Dino Rhino, it starts being an Eerie, I think. But Eerie also goes to Keyhole, so that's not a big issue. Or really, truly Eerie goes to Keyhole. Dino Rhino, strictly speaking, doesn't go to Keyhole, but whatever. So yeah. Okay, so what do? I don't activate this 1-up block. But I do need to double stun the 1-up. And the problem of course always is that the Dino Rhino can't be put onto the invisible Yoshi. It can't be put on a visible Yoshi's tongue directly. But it also spawns from the 1-up. And since you had to stun the 1-up to even get here, you either need to somehow stun something new in between the 1-up spawning, the 1-up being spat out and the Dino Rhino spawning, which seems unreasonable because the stun time of a 1-up is always fairly small. I mean, somehow this is how you double stun flopping fish to get Resnors usually, right? But this is not what you can't do with 1-ups because the stun time of a 1-up will always be like 31-ish. So what you instead do is you store the sprite slot that the Dino Rhino will spawn into on an invisible Yoshi's tongue. Then spawn the 1-up, and then then stun the 1-up, then despawn the visible Yoshi, cancel the invisible Yoshi's tongue, and just be happy with that. But then you run into the problem that you somehow need to like despawn the visible Yoshi. And of course you can say, okay, just despawn the visible Yoshi by putting it into slot 0 and just doing that again. Slot 1, sorry. And it might be that that's actually somehow the correct play again, because otherwise despawning the visible Yoshi has to happen like way over here. But if you spawn the 1-up over here, then the Dino Rhino will be over here, and the Dino Rhino will have despawned by the time you go over here. Which is an actual issue. Because I think adult Dino Rhinos don't use the stun timer. Only if you kill them. And so somehow you would have to despawn it while the stun timer is still running, and then not spawn anything else in its slot. Which would first of all probably mean spawning something into slot, spawning the Dino Rhino into slot 0, which seems already a bit annoying, but not terribly so. But also means despawning it with the stun timer set. Which I think is possible, but kind of I don't want to do that. So let's just not do that. Let's instead go via visible Yoshi in slot 1 again. Might seem a bit lame, but somehow, I mean, if it works, right? The only thing I need to then still somehow find out, and that's the thing I have to find out, is how to get this key. But yeah, that'll be fine, right? I think the first thing I want to do is I want to check if I can just skip the key spawn region. The answer seems to be no. Which is what I was expecting. Which is a bit annoying. Just to double check with the script that I'm not doing anything stupid. Oh, I did something stupid. I already spawned the key. Exactly what I wanted to know. Okay, let's just double check with the script that I'm not doing anything stupid. But the key won't spawn yet. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I am very confused. Did the distances change? No, I feel like they don't. They didn't. Like, distances look the same. 10 and 7. Very confusing. I mean, of course you can take this one up from one of the Yoshi blocks and like cape spin it over here and then use that to item swap the key. But then that gets rid of... one of the Yoshi blocks. Which I kind of don't like. Because it needs me to rethink, like, then I need to rethink how to do the 1-up double stun. I mean, of course you can do the ultra stupid strat. Which is like the classical magic key strat, I guess, right? Like where you null sprite spit the 1-up instead. Then cape spin the 1-up to set the stun timer. Somehow the classical magic key strat of getting the keyhole. And I mean, this is a magic key hack, but it would be lame to use that twice, right? That's already in the just the bonus room hack. So somehow using that again, that would be lame. So I'm not doing that. Also, it sounds a bit like painful to do RTA. Because somehow it's like it makes the double stun time critical. But all of that comes from the problem that I don't know how to get this key. Right, if I somehow knew how to get this key, then everything would be fine. Okay, I mean, there's the stupid strat of just filling all sprite slots with Yoshis. Not sure if that's what I want to do. But it prevents the key from spawning for a while. Actually, that's fine. Right, that's fine. Wait, did I just... You can just hit this guy. Yeah, of course. Of course you can just hit this guy. And you see... The key didn't spawn. This should respawn the shell, if I thought about this correctly. did this correctly, the shell should respawn and I should be able to get the key this way. Yeah, so I mean, key you get. And shell respawns ideally as soon as it despawns this Yoshi. There we go. Just get rid of a lot of Yoshis. I sure enjoy getting rid of Yoshis. I have never done something more interesting than getting rid of a bunch of Yoshis. Right, there's one F-Zero there, so I can't even do this. Can I at least do this? Yes, okay, I can speed it up slightly like that. Get rid of 2 Yoshis every time. But keeping the last one alive is fine. Did I not sit on the Yoshi in slot 6? I did not sit on the Yoshi in slot 6. Anyway, too late now. I skipped one trip. Okay. So, step 1, using a bunch of Yoshis to fill sprite slots, and that way prevent the key from spawning. Done. Step 2, get the P-switch again. I'm not sure if getting the P-switch is actually that good this time, but I have to double check. Because otherwise the first step is also already bad. Am I fast enough? Well, not with this garbage movement. Oh, even with this garbage movement. Okay. So I have my key. I will just stash the key down here. I don't need it right now. But actually there are some problems. Which is why I probably do want faster movement. Which is I do want flower feather. For later. And then it might suddenly be the case that, first of all, I might need better movement. Okay, so let's improve movement. Step 1 to improving movement. Always build P-meter before you have to be fast. Step 2, if you need to jump, do it while preserving P-meter. Use your P-speed. Cry because there's a moving block in your way. Cry because you have to remove these coins. Cry because you're way too fucking slow. Okay, that's bad. Lots of things that happened here were bad. How do I fix this? I feel like I don't. I just don't. Huh. Maybe using the bunch of Yoshis at the beginning. Oh wait, I'm stupid. I'm like actually stupid. Wow. I'm like actually stupid. Oh wow. You know, sometimes you wonder, why are you actually stupid? Like, just do this. There you go. There are your Yoshis. There are your filled sprite slots. Problem fixed. Now you don't need to press the P switch later. At least not for that. I'm stupid. Okay, there we go. I have my key. Just place my key down here. And now I get rid of a bunch of Yoshis again. Is there some way to like get the shell stuck in the wall in such a way that you can permanently get hit on it? Like periodically get hit on the shell? I feel like that should be possible, like somehow... Oh! Yes! Yes, 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 yes. That's the strategy. That's the strategy. That's the strategy to get rid of Yoshis. Okay, perfect. You know, sometimes you need to optimize. Okay. Uh, you actually have to be fast though. Like if you don't use slowdown, then you're just not going to make it. At least, I mean, you are going to make it if you're like somehow more optimal than what I'm doing here, because somehow the initial position is already bad here. But somehow this is how it should be. And then you maybe even jump down here. And then you optimize your movement around here. And suddenly you have enough time, but somehow you do need to hurry up a bit. Here. Okay. I guess what I shouldn't do is wait for the feather here if I want to be efficient, because let's actually be efficient for once. Because there's a third set of brown blocks that I might be interested in removing this time. Am I fast enough? I think I'm fast enough. But only barely. Really? That's fast enough. It's fine. But okay. I think I don't want to do this yet. I think I first want to get the shell. Just get the shell, just place it like here. Then get rid of Yoshi. That way I have the shell. Okay, and now the advantage of doing this way is that, yeah, now I can do this. Okay, so the thing is now, what do I do? And so I somehow, step 1, store a sprite on an invisible Yoshi's tongue. And the question you should ask there, of course, is always which sprite slot. And I think I'm going to use the Goomba sprite slot, whatever that is. Just because Goombas are convenient. No, but seriously, Goombas are convenient because they are a sprite that you can easily get rid of. So you can just have the Goomba around for as long as you need him. And then you can just get rid of him. The main problem here seems to be, though, okay. Here's a problem. I never spawned the springboard, so now I have one springboard. Now I have one sprite less on screen than usual. And actually, I want that sprite on screen. I mean, not on screen, but loaded compared to the usual setting. And I do want that sprite loaded actually, because Yeah, I just want that. It's fine. I don't even need to spawn the springboard. I just need to go back a bit. Strictly speaking, I don't even need to go back, but I will nonetheless because I think it's more convenient. It's just going to produce a bit of Rumgedümpel. So the one step I have to do in order to fix this, simply do this. It's going to produce slightly annoying Rumgedümpel because now I have to carry around 2 shells and a Goomba. But you know, that's the glitch puzzle experience. Actually, I could have even used the shell up there. But that would be a shell in slot 11, so I'm not sure how good that would be. Do I want a shell in slot 11? Yeah, I think I even actually want a shell in slot 11. Do I? Do I care? No, I don't actually care. Ah, Goomba, don't go there. That was a complete accident. Okay, so I just take the Goomba. And let's just set a save state here, because why not? Okay. Perfect. Just to double check that I'm not doing anything stupid. If I now cancel the invisible Yoshi's tongue, burn this Yoshi, then I should now spit out fire. Okay, perfect. Worked. I want the Goomba alive, but if the Goomba stays alive down there, then I think that's good enough for now. Now this time I definitely want to cancel the invisible Yoshi's tongue, so let's just do that. But also, for convenience, I want to dismount on the frame and take damage. And now I just want to set up a usual stun glitch. I just need to check something. Can this Goomba hurt Yoshi? No. Okay. Yeah, because it was not first frame it cancelled. That's why it makes sense somehow that you can't, but yeah. Anyway. Other stuff I need to check. Can this shell kill the Goomba? No, it cannot. That's good. Okay, so the thing I want to do is now a somewhat insane setup. Please. Thank you. No! No, the fucking invisible Yoshi. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The invisible Yoshi prevents me from collecting the flower again. Are you kidding me? Fuck. I just need to collect the flower again. Eh. Really? This setup, out of all things, it fails because the invisible Yoshi is in the way. This is such a stupid setup, and it just works, except that the invisible Yoshi is in the way. Yeah, great game, thank you. Okay, let's just fix that. Okay. So why did I do this? In order to store sprite slot 11 in the Yoshi's mouth. So now, this guy has has his tongue cancelled, has sprite slot 6 in his mouth. This guy had sprite slot 11 in his mouth. And also, well, let's just do this. And this is the point where I need to make sure that this guy is gone. Fuck. But I can first make sure that this guy is gone. Yeah, as long as I don't... As long as I don't despawn the Koopa in slot 4 for that. Which I just did again. But that's fine. Okay, so now I have this guy running around in slot 6. He's a bit annoying. But ultimately that's again fine. But maybe I want him to be down there. Okay, and that's fine. Because now the next thing I want to do is just miss this shell. Okay, no, just spit out an old sprite. Burn this Yoshi. And if everything worked, there's my keyhole. Spawning keyholes is kind of nice if you know what you're doing. But it is so hilariously annoying if you don't. This is like one of the most frustrating things ever to learn, I think. And it is so nice if it just works. But I remember like years back when I first learned this, I was so frustrated by this. Because there's so much annoying bullshit that you have to keep track of. Like... Anyway, thank you for the GGs. Hi Celicar. You missed... everything. You missed everything. Yeah, that kind of went quicker than I expected. I don't know what to do now. Like last time I spent like 4.5 hours or something for 2 exits, and the exits were extreme messes. And this time I just spent 40 minutes each, and the solutions were kind of clean. So I don't know. Do GRQ. You wonder how he would actually react to the actual RTA strats. This turning into a reaction stream now. I mean, reaction streams kind of live from the person reacting, doing talking, right? And yeah, I kind of broke my voice in case you didn't realize, but yeah, let's do the thing where you talk a lot. Okay, anyway, let's actually do that though, because I am actually curious what they are, because I've never seen them, right? I have no idea what the intended threats are. Let's see. But is there any in specific that I should look at? Because I feel like just watching an entire 48-minute video is not going to be somehow the stream content that I want to produce here. How does this look? It doesn't. Great. What is this? Okay, it's time to fight with OBS about recording Firefox again. Is this the point where I just return to using Chrome just to like get proper OBS capturing? Or just full screen and do a whatever recording. Screen recording. What's the issue? Well, the issue is that it looks like this. Despite me having full screened the video. Also, what the fuck are these video recommendations? What the fuck are these video recommendations? Okay. Uh, yeah. Sorry, I just need to figure out OBS for a second. But I want to full screen it. I mean, I guess I don't need to full screen it in the sense that I could watch in window and then like just drag OBS to make it full screen, but yeah. Anyway. Okay. So this is the first room. First room I kind of know. Second, I feel like we all know the solutions to the first three rooms, right? Right. Right. Let's just check the stuff starting here. Because starting from here, I actually don't know anything anymore, like regarding intended strats. Are these actual RTA recordings? Because this was an actual video cut, right? Means okay, so far so good. You actually wanted this. This was actually your plan. Oh, also it was recorded on this fucking version of the game. This sounds horrible. Anyway. It's fixed now, so... Okay. Wait. Wait, what? This is already a stark contrast to what I'm doing. It doesn't look like much, but this feather is in slot 3. I always moved it to slot 0. What the fuck will be going on here? Oh no, he just wants the Reznor. Oh no, this is the part where he spawns the Reznor. This is not fourth room, this is normal exit what I'm watching. Yeah, okay, then I'm not so surprised that he gets away with putting the feather in slot 0. You just spawned... He just spawned 2 grey peas were just there, and one is in slot A, but I don't know what the other is and what the other slot is. But I guess it's like 6 or 5 or something. 5, I guess. Yeah, I think he has grey peas which in 5 right now. Wait, what just happened here? What did he do here? Wait, I'm confused. What's happening here? P switch in B? Ugh, he actually does a fish item swap for the shell. You can just get the shell. Okay. This is a bit loud. I'm not sure if this is also loud on stream, but let me just do this. Because for me it is loud. Ah, maybe the reason why it is loud is that I should just do this. And do this. And then maybe it's better on stream. Also, that was a very quick Resnor. I didn't really pay attention there. Or not enough attention. Something somehow happened. When did he actually set the Resnor up? Wait. I am so confused. What? Oh! This is how he sets it up. That's how he sets it up. Oh, that's so much more elegant than whatever the fuck what I was doing. And the Resnor breaks the bridge because there's a grey P-switch in 5, which is why he spawned that in earlier. Oh, that's actually very elegant. I really like this so far. And this just spawned a, yeah, okay, I see. This spawns a grey piece, this spawns 2 grey P-switches, and then you have a grey P-switch in 4, 5, 6. And together with the rest of this finishes the level. Yeah, okay, I mean, this is a usual strat, somehow. Wait. Oh, yeah, CLR. Okay. Let's just see, I mean, the beginning is going to be the same. Okay, feather and 0. Okay, so it's not completely ludicrous what's happening here. Earlier he was just trying to get the feather out of 4, 5, 6. But now he's also trying to get the feather out of... now he's actively trying to get the feather in 0. Okay, that's fine. It's like earlier it was like feather in 3, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, okay. Now he does feather in 0. So he fails to do a double grab. For ages. Which I mean, for one attempt he failed. Okay, grey P-switch in 11, grey P-switch in 10. Makes sense. Later we want a blue P-switch in 1, and so the blue P-switch will come from a block, and so it makes sense that we want to fill 11 and 10. And now we also fill a bunch of other sprite slots using fish. But now fish in 2, but now blue P-switch in 1. Somehow this makes sense. What's going on here, really? I don't really understand what's going on here. I mean, like, I see what's happening, right? Somehow that's not the problem. I just don't understand why anything is happening right now. Why are we interested in doing all of this? Okay, so we get sprite slot 3 in Yoshi's mouth? I guess what just happened is a Reznor was spawned. Into 7, I suppose? Don't really see the Reznor right now. Ah, yeah, but the Reznor has put the... Yeah, okay, there's the Reznor. And the Reznor causes the sprite in slot 0 to move here, which in this case is the feather, which is why the feather needed to be in 0. Now you get an invisible Yoshi, you take the invisible Yoshi, you spawn a fish to get knocked off Yoshi. You spawn 2 fish to get knocked off Yoshi because the first committed suicide. You spawn a third one because the first 2 committed suicide. You fill a bunch of sprite slots. I don't know why, but maybe. Just going to pretend that that makes sense. And now you take your invisible Yoshi and you go up. But I don't know why we filled sprite slots 5 and 4. It seems like a mistake to me. Ah, because we now clear 4. And we go up and we spawn a gray P-switch into 4, which then breaks the bridge. Because it counts as a second dead Reznor. That makes sense. Now the bridge breaks, which removes these blocks. All of that is fine. And so now the last step is to get a null sprite, which we do by ditching the Yoshi, and while it has a sprite in its mouth, now the null sprite is there, now we have everything. Ah, we also want a gray P-switch in 0. We want a gray P-switch in 4 and 1 in 0. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Okay. That's why we needed to fill all the sprite slots. Yep, makes sense. And now, okay, now it's clear what happens, right? We have the cool P-switch in slot 1. And just finish the level. Don't need to watch this. Okay. So that's the 4th room. Somehow, I mean, I guess I did like the basic things intended, I would claim. Somehow getting the feather into slot 0, solving the puzzle by getting the null sprite split P-switch, and so on. I mean, that's all like the basic stuff. But that's like really like without alternatives somehow what you have to do in that regard. But then a lot of like the micro setups, like how do you actually spawn the Reznor, I did like completely differently to Magic Key. But yeah, okay. That's just how the game goes somehow. And I want to point out Magic Key setups were largely better than mine. My setups were a bit janky at points. Because I spawned the Reznors via the usual double tongue strats. Whereas he did the honestly more cool push a sprite into a baby Yoshi's mouth while it's also on the adult Yoshi's tongue strats. Which are honestly better strats. I'm a bit mad that I didn't think of that. But oh well. Had I played Breaking SMW, I would know this. Okay, so we just get a Yoshi. Okay, so this threat of duplicating shells is intended. I wasn't sure if this was intended because I've played certain glitch puzzle hacks, TM, where that was a break. No idea what I mean when I say that. Okay, so gray piece switch in 11 and 10. I forgot why that's so important. Wait, why is that important again in this setting here? We'll see. There was some reason. Did he just eat cancel 2 shells there? What is happening here? Fifth room, this is called. What the hell? What is going on? I mean, I see what's going on, right? Like, you don't have to explain to me that he's spawning a bunch of Koopas. And he's using that to fill a bunch of sprite slots. But why? Why are we doing this? Wait a sec. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the? I can't. Sorry, I mean, I see what's happening here, right? But this is insane. I can safely say I have never seen this before. This video. Because I would definitely have remembered that part. Excuse me? Excuse me? This is absurd. I mean, somehow for those who, okay, for I don't know, the one person who, like, I don't know, is watching here and doesn't understand what's going on here, or maybe some more people. I don't know how many people are watching this. Okay, for those who don't know, the point was we fill all sprite slots. And I mean, first of all, this shell in slot 9 is eat cancelled, right? We saw that, like, at this point, like, real time probably like 5 minutes ago, but like video time 1 minute ago. And this shell is not eat cancelled. And we filled a bunch of sprite slots. And we filled a bunch of sprite slots in order to make sure that once this shell, which is eat cancelled, so it doesn't interact with the floor properly, so it will just go through the floor, so it will hit this block at some point, and then the feather spawns. And because we filled a bunch of sprite slots, so first of all we spawned the 2 gray P switch over here, which fill 11 and 10, and then there's like a key and a P switch over here, I mean, like way over here, which fill like whatever, 8 and 5, or 8 and 6, or whatever. And then the Yoshi fills 4, and the shells fill 9 and 7, and the Koopas fill the rest. And so somehow this feather will go into slot 0. And then there is the very, very funny glitch that if you have a feather in slot 0 and a winged block containing a coin is activated, then the feather will move to the left instead to the right. Right? Because normally this feather would come out and move to the right. But this winged block being activated causes it to move left instead. And this is like, yeah, I mean, this is like ultra niche knowledge probably. But this is a fact of life if you have a feather in slot 0 and a winged block containing a coin is hit, then the feather will move to the left instead of to the right. And that's why we get this feather moving to the left. And why do we want to move the feather to the left? Because otherwise the feather goes like whoop, 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 and Yoshi's tongue is too short to get it. But now it goes like whoop, 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 and Yoshi's tongue can just get it. And so we get our feather. That is absurd. I mean, I know I am the person who found this thing with the winged block and the feather. But it is absurd. It is absurd to see it used in a level like this. Oh, by the way, the level layout has changed quite a lot here. You can now go down here. And I actually did that a few times, like, just to get a bunch of space to put items there. I think that's a good change. Completely absurd. Like, I just want to say completely absurd. What an epic strat. Okay, what are we watching now? Secret exit. So this is what I just did last thing I did. It is, I mean, by secret exit we mean keyhole exit, right? Yeah, secret exit should mean keyhole exit. But the key was spawned into slot 5. What the fuck are we doing? Magic key? Hello? Why are you spawning the key? How do you intend to activate the keyhole if the key is down here? I guess we have 5 minutes to find out. What? It's hilarious to see like a solution that was like fairly clean, I thought, and to just see him deviate from it like immediately. And like not even deviate like somehow slightly, like this is a major deviation, like this is a major route difference to what I was doing. What the fuck is going on? Why are we filling sprite slots again? What's going on? What do we just do? We spawned the sprites. We spawned a grey piece switch on 10, and we have. What is any of this? Okay, so now we rumgedümpel with 3 shells at the same time. Because my rumgedümpel with 2 shells and a Goomba wasn't bad enough. I mean, I guess 3 shells is not worse than 2 shells and a Goomba. At least the shells don't wake up. But still, I mean, okay. But what the actual fuck is going to happen here? Like, the key is spawned. How do you intend to get the key now that the key is spawned? Oh, wait, this is a magic key hack. This is a magic key hack. I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen. I know how he gets the key. Yes, 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 of course. This is a magic key hack. I completely forgot. Okay, I have my prediction. I have my prediction. Hint, it's a magic key hack. Yeah, we get the invisible Yoshi down here. Yes, 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 this makes sense. Yes, it is a magic key hack. What is a magic key? It's a magic key hack. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, it's a magic key hack. I was absolutely correct in my assumption. Okay, so here what's happening. We have the invisible Yoshi down here. And we have the visible Yoshi up here. And so we go. I don't know what's happening with the shells, ignore this. And so what happens on this frame? Let's see, which frame is it? This is the frame. So what happens on this frame? We dismount the Yoshi. But what really happens on this frame? First, the invisible Yoshi gets processed, so we dismount the invisible Yoshi. Then the key gets processed. Okay, so we dismount the Yoshi, right? But first the invisible Yoshi gets processed, so we dismount at the height of the invisible Yoshi. So Mario gets warped down here. Next, the key gets processed. The key sees Mario at its height, and so it's like, yeah, Mario is close to me, so let's just be grabbed. And so the key gets grabbed by Mario. Want to point out, Mario doesn't grab the key gets grabbed by Mario. This is how the logic works in this game. So the key recognizes, okay, Mario is close to me, so it gets grabbed by Mario. And the last thing is the visible Yoshi gets processed. But recall, we're still dismounting Yoshi in this frame. So now we're also dismounting the visible Yoshi, so Mario gets warped back up here. But in the process of doing this, we have grabbed the key. Yeah, it's you love this glitch. I know. You've used this like so many times at this point. And I mean, it is a cool glitch. I'm slightly annoyed that I didn't recognize it while playing. But at least I recognized it while the video was going. Before you actually did it. Oh, the Yoshi's in 3. That's also a way, by the way. I spawned the Yoshi in 1 in order to despawn it, but Yoshi in 3, of course, also despawns. Also, the shell is in 11 in this setup. But it's probably nicer, somehow. Oh! Oh, this is also wild. There is no double tonguing happening to stun this sprite coming from the 1-up block. Instead, we just fill all sprite slots. Oh, that's also cool. That's also cool and creative. I like this. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool stuff. So we get rid of the Yoshi in 3, and now we get the Yoshi in 9, and now we do the obvious thing, and... I mean, obvious, of course, a completely ridiculous way of phrasing it, but somehow we do the obvious thing if you've played too many glitch puzzles and you get your keyhole. Okay. Okay, but that's like so cool. Like this is like, I mean, I still like my solution to this, but like this solution is also very cool. Like first of all, the classic magic key glitch, where you just abuse the sprite as sandwich between two Yoshis. And then this very nice way of like, stunning the one up here. Where is it? By the way, when did we actually spawn the Yoshi in slot 9? Here. How does the setup work here? Because I kind of didn't pay so much attention. So we just put the shell there. Yeah, okay, it doesn't get better than this. Yeah, okay. It's extra annoying because you somehow... Nah, I guess you don't care if you don't kill the shell. But somehow you don't get around doing this. Which is somehow arguably the hardest trick in the route. Like this is a actually hard trick to execute. Okay. Okay, so that's secret exit 1. And let's see secret exit 2. Which is the goalpost to the right of the level. Already... No, I'm saying already deviates, but this is not true. Oh, lying. It's technically a deviation, but like an extremely minor one. Not counting this one yet. Ah, gotta love it when my clear video fails the same simple glitch 3 times. Okay, it was only 2 times, but still. I know, it's like actually RTA clears of this. But somehow I prefer the tool assisted clear video, even for RTA hacks. I'll be real. I think tool assisted clear videos are just cleaner. What's going on here? Are we storing a sprite on an invisible Yoshi's tongue already? I guess we are already spawning a sprite on an invisible Yoshi's tongue. Could we actually do the trick at some point? Hello! Okay, so sprite slot 9 stored on an invisible Yoshi's tongue. But actually that's a very clean and simple setup. My version was messier. Oh! There's actually a conceptual difference happening as well. There's actually a conceptual difference happening as well. Because I went to the extra step of eat cancelling. This Yoshi's. I went to the extra step of eat cancelling this Yoshi on the first frame. Which means that the turn block bridge gets dropped here. And Magic Key just completely skips that step. And instead just gets pushed through immediately, while the turn block bridge is still on Yoshi's tongue. I mean, I guess once you know you can do that, that's fine, but I feel like as an RTA player, I don't know. I feel like that's one of the things yeah, okay. I mean, as an RTA player, I ought to route this beforehand anyway, so just ignore me. I'm not sure how consistent it is to do it this way. But probably consistent enough. I mean, somehow this is sort of the simplest of the exits. Maybe the normal exit is the simplest of the exits because it means you don't have to play the fourth room. But somehow this is like much shorter than this, or whatever this is going to be. And I'm really curious how this is going to work, but because like somehow my strat for this was extremely messy. Like, realistically, my strat for this was the messiest bullshit ever. Also, did he ever use this Peace Rush so far? I feel like this Peace Rush has been like completely unused so far. But it has been there in version 1.1, right? So what's up with this Peace Switch? Did we ever use this Peace Switch? No, because we didn't even use the Peace Switch on the left so far. Wait, what? Why is the Peace Switch on the left even there? I mean, the Peace Switch on the left was also already there on version 1.1, but we haven't even used, like, we haven't even been to the left of the level so far. Huh. By the way, what's up with this port? There seems to be a sample missing or something. Is this intended? You hear this? Is this intended sound? This sounds horrible. I mean, I don't mean the melody, obviously. The melody sounds nice. And I don't mean like the bass line or something, but there's like a percussive garbage in the background. There's some like percussive garbage in the background. Oh, the Peace Switch has been staying. Ah, yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this? This sounds wrong, and there's no way that that's in the port. Yeah, okay. Okay, then no complaints. But good thing that you fixed this, because it sounds horrible. By the way, once again, what's going on here? We're spawning again a bunch of sprites for like no apparent reason. What is happening? Is Yoshi swallowing? Ah, no. I guess if you now go over to the right, the silver piece which will be in Yoshi's mouth. Ah, okay. So that's what's happening here. We fill all sprite slots to get a grey piece switch. Cool strat. Cool strat. Very different from what I did. Which means that this filter, in the entirety of all of the exits, this filter here never gets used the proper way. 0 times. What? Is this real? Are you kidding me? This entire garbage filter here gets used 0 times. It's only used in Secret Exit 3 where it's deliberately being broken. Hilarious. Also, once again, what the fuck is going on? Wait, actually what's going on though? I was like just saying that for a second, but... Oh. Ah, okay. Everything is fine. Everything makes sense to me again. I had just missed a few... Yeah, I just missed something. Makes sense. Everything makes sense here. Nothing funky going on somehow. But what's going to happen next? Because at some point something funky has to go on again. Okay, what are the sprite slots over here? Springboard in 3. Blue Yoshi egg in 9. Okay, just keep that in mind. Springboard in 3. That must be deliberate, right? You don't accidentally put stuff in 3. Also, I want to point out that at no point in any of these solutions have been these coins removed. Never. Like, these coins have just been sitting there the entire fucking time. They have never been removed. What the fuck? We set up... We stored a sprite on Invisible Yoshi's tongue. Sprite slot 3, we stored it on Invisible Yoshi's tongue like 5 minutes ago. And now we're spitting it out. Okay, great. This is like absurd levels of forward planning. It's not actually 5 minutes. It's, that was a bit of an exaggeration, but it did happen quite a long time ago. Like somehow a lot of stuff happened between this. Ah, and here we see Magic Key doesn't know how to grab sprites on Yoshi properly. Or rather, doesn't know how to grab springboards on Yoshi properly? No, because he doesn't want to do that. He just wants to go above the level. Much cleaner anyway. Because he knows how to do that. And instead, this is the way we want to get down here. And now we can also respawn the springboard. Insane. By the way, the blue piece was in the highest slot, lowest slot. So it will actually turn into a normal blue P-switch on the other side of the pipe. Also, what the fuck is this triple grab setup? Why does this work? This should not work. This should be illegal, this setup. But okay, there we go. Normal blue P-switch on the other side. And you just do this trick, and you finish the level. Wow! What? Crazy strats. Very cool. Extremely different from what I did. Extremely different from what I did. I just want to point out the level could like look like this. And from the intended solution, from the point of view of the intended solution, nothing would change. This is insane to me. It's insane. Like, actually, nothing would change. This is so crazy. Was this mushroom ever collected? I feel like this mushroom was also never collected. I feel like this level would also look the same way. You say the mushroom is a troll, but I used it in one of my solutions. I actually used it. You can get that mushroom. Right? And I also removed these brown blocks. Actually, wait, did I use this mushroom? I'm not sure. I claimed that I used it, but what I definitely used is the fact that you can remove these. These. Anyway. And this feather up here is also a troll or what? So yeah, there are at least 3 red herrings and 2 of them I used. Was this Goomba used for anything except for activating this Yoshi block at the beginning once? I feel like that Goomba was also only used for that exact one purpose. But it's like crazy how different my solutions are from the intended strats. Like, this is such a wild playground, this level. I love it. Like, you somehow get just presented with this, and you just get, like, these 4 challenges. Or rather, 3 challenges, because, like, the 4th one you do in another level. But, like, you somehow get this level, and you just get these 3 challenges, and you can just do whatever. Very cool, very cool. Really like this. Very cool hack. So let's just check. Did you get the tags correct? Yes, you got the tags correct. Congratulations, you got the tags correct. You understand the tagging system. Did you get the screenshots correct? These look fine to me. Wait, no, these screenshots are not fine. Dear Magic Key, the screenshots you uploaded on SNW Central are not fine. Because they are in fact not of the hack. They are of version 1.1 of the hack or whatever. But these are not of the current version of the hack. In fact, the update very prominently says clouds are now extinct. Meanwhile, there are clouds in 2 of the 3 screenshots, and the palette in the 3rd one is wrong. Fix your screenshots. Thank you. Yeah, but would actually be nice to have like screenshots of the actual version of the hack that this is. I know, you're going to have trouble recreating the awesome 69 shell slots and the very nice 7 shells in one screenshot, and whatever happened to the note blocks in the other screenshot. But these are not screenshots of your hack as you uploaded it. These are screenshots of a different version. Please fix. By please fix, I just mean just send me a bunch of new screenshots, maybe, perhaps. Because you can't actually fix it. But yeah, apart from that, anyway, apart from that, yeah, everything is fine with the sec. It even has credits. Does it have credits? It has credits, right? I'm not just saying the wrong things. It has credits. But where are the credits again? They're just in the Yoshi house, right? Yeah, credits. So, yeah, good hack. Would accept. Please fix screenshots. Thank you. um, I think I might actually end stream today now because my voice is getting increasingly broken as I go on, and I don't want to be like completely dead tomorrow. Might actually just make a short stream today because of that. Sorry, but it is not getting better from talking for 2.5 hours almost at this point. Who could have guessed? So yeah, thanks for watching. I mean, I did what I wanted to do today, which is finish No Villains. So thanks for watching. Next time, let's see what I do. Might be a bunch of, I don't know what I do next time. Actually, I have one idea. What I could do next time, because at some point, like now I'm talking again, but last C3, 8 Verley actually released a hack that nobody cared about. Like, nobody. Like, he just put it out there, and nobody cared. But it's actually a puzzle hack. So I do want to, like, look at that. What released? H. Verley released during C3 a puzzle hack that nobody cared about. That's the sentence I should have said. And then I said a lot more. Yes, but like, what's it called? My puzzle hack demo. Yeah, but that's the point, right? Nobody saw it. Like, there it is. It got 0 responses. 0. I didn't see it until C3 ended, or like until way later, actually. Like, this is just sitting there. Like, it's just there. It wasn't even uploaded on the last day of C3 or something. He just like made a thread, 0 people responded. And nobody ever noticed. Yeah. So yeah, that happened. So I do want to check that out somehow. Um, so I guess that's what I'm maybe doing next week, or maybe I'm doing something else next week. Who knows? I don't know. Um, but yeah, that hack exists. Just wanted to point that out. Anyway, enough talking. My voice is going to be completely broken tomorrow if I go on for longer. So have a good night. See you next week.